Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we're back in Minecraft again today, exploring more of the Mushroom Island, exploring more of the lush cave underneath the Mushroom Island, and maybe even getting a start on the mob farm that I want to make underneath there. We sort of picked out a spot for it yesterday, and we're going to kind of pick up where we left off. There's a new episode of the Spawn Chunks out right now. You can go and check that out at the Spawn Chunks on YouTube or on your favorite podcasting app. And we are recording a new episode of the Citadel Cafe tomorrow evening. So that's going to be Thursday evening live in my Discord. So patreon.com/JoelDuggan to join the Discord. You get access to live recordings. They then go out later on YouTube and on your favorite podcasting app. We're going to be talking about the new trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu, which is the new Star Wars film coming out in May 2026. And that trailer was just put out the other day. So that's one of the things we'll be talking about. Probably talk about some Lego, probably talk about some other nerdy stuff. So that's coming up on the Citadel Cafe this week. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday so far. SweetSandi, hello. Dan, good to see you. J. Christ, hello. Donaraf, lurking as per usual. Thanks for the lurks, folks. I really appreciate it. I know that it can sometimes feel a little bit weird to be in the chat, but not in the chat. But it's a great way to support your favorite streamers, especially during September, which is Subtember on Twitch. So right now, Tier 1 subs are 25% off for 1 and 3 months, and they're 30% off for 6 months. And the streamers that you like get the same cut they always do. So you get to support them, and Twitch is the one that's taking the discount. So thanks again for supporting, as always. Really appreciate it. And let's just dive right in. Don't know why that was so choppy, but here we are on the Mushroom Island, where we've been experimenting with how things look in different palettes and stuff. And I think the first thing I want to do is move our kind of central hub here. I want to get back over to where we were talking at the end of the stream yesterday, and I want to see if we can't figure out a good central location to start expanding from. I say organically, a lot of this is going to look very mechanical, but I think what we want to do is try to figure out. Oh, I was supposed to land on that. So if I just go into my camera mode here, we've got these sections here, and I think after measuring out the center of the island, I think what I want to do is sort of measure out the center of this space. We've got some hills over here, and we've got some ravine stuff over here, and I feel like we're just a little bit close. If I look southwest, there's the hills and stuff there, which we could always take out. But there's water right there. Lots of room to the south. Lots and lots of room to the north. I don't care about the little ravine. We can pave over that. I'm just thinking that it might be just a little bit farther north. Might be a good spot. Oh, there's water over there too. That's northwest. And that's southwest. All right, let's just see where the south part is here. I feel like this is about far south, as I'm thinking. Maybe we'll go with this section over here. Try to find a central, I guess, framing. So we're at Z. Three, 5, 6, 8, 5. I'm gonna go to this inner tip here. Greetings from Florida. Timmy, hello. Welcome in. How'd you find the stream? You a Spawn Chunks listener? And we'll just go to 35985. So that's 200 blocks, right? 300 blocks. 300 blocks. So we'll just do 150. See if I can do the math in my head. It would be 700, 800, and 25. Negative 35, 825, I think. Yeah, that's not too far off from where I am. Oh, I didn't bring any stuff. We'll go get some blocks. The mushrooms are so cute. Oh, the little ones? Oh yeah, that's like a 3D texture pack that I have. Oh, I just made that X somewhere. 2, 5. Behind me. We'll just line it up with this one. See, that to me, even though it's not technically the middle of the island, I feel like this cross here feels a little bit more central in this space. So it's between here and there. So we're kind of in the main chunk here. And then I'm just going to go back and forth, east and west, and just kind of figure out how that feels. What do mushroom frogs sit on? Toadstools. So I feel like there's something lost in the way that you set these up, Blast Jordan, because if you just said what do frogs sit on? Toadstools would make sense. Why does it have to be a mushroom frog? By telling me asking what a mushroom frog sits on, you're giving away the punchline before you drop the punchline. Right? Does that make sense? No, I know a toadstool is a mushroom, but you're giving away the punchline in the setup for the joke. Right? Does that make sense? Let's say about here. We're just going to go easy math again. Uh, 52,185. Thanks for the lurk, appreciate it. So I have one disappointing fact that I have to relay, which pertains to the kind of farms that we were going to build here. I don't think I can build a shulker farm here on the island, because I think a shulker farm requires golems, snow golems to be specific, and I can't build them here because the snow golems will melt. So I may have to think of a different mechanic or a different way to do our shulker farm. I'm gonna go with 35. I'd say that's about right. So we've got 52,835 minus 52,185. Double check that I've got that right. 835, 185, 185. $650 divided by 2. 325, and I just have to add 325 to 185. $52,510. See how close we were. Gonna be pretty close. Off by a couple of blocks. So this is technically where we should set up shop, I think. First things first, this is going to come down. A big old ravine here for no good reason. All right, so this is the right stuff, and then here is where we start. All right, I think I can remove these other ones. It's so nice to be able to use light emitting blocks to mark out areas. It's actually really satisfying. So if I remember correctly, this was our guess, which is actually pretty good. So this is what we thought felt right. This was halfway in between what felt right and the actual technical middle. I might want to leave something here. It might be worth it just to leave something here. Just in case. We need to find that again. And then this one, I don't think we need at all anymore. I might go sleep. Just so we can double check this in the daylight. Low, subscribing with Prime, 24 months, 2 years for Low. Thanks ever so much. I really appreciate all the support. That's amazing. 2 years. I gotta start making badges for people that have more than a year. Can you place ice blocks for the snow golem? I don't think that works. Spawn Chunk's been watching pics for years. Spawn Chunk says my Tuesday drive to work. Oh, that's awesome, Timmy. Thanks. That's great. Canada Raz, hello. So here's a good question for you, Canada Raz. Seeing as that you missed the notification, we've only been live for 20 minutes. So all I've been doing is just messing around here. We've also got a hype train going. That's amazing. Thanks so much, folks. If you want to jump in, it is a Prime sub or a Tier 1 sub to partake in the hype train. We're at level 1. Sorry, it's not a hype train. It's a treasure train. Is that new? I did not get any information about a treasure train. Is that because it's the last week of September? One more level alongside discount for the rest of this train. Keep going. Okay, there you go. I know that there was going to be some stuff near the end of September, but Twitch is not the best at informing. So yeah, the question for you, Canada Raz, is if I opened up the free tier on my Patreon to have access to only the announcements channel in the Discord, And the announcements channel is basically like when I go live on Twitch, when there's a new podcast out for either the Spawn Chunks or the Citadel Cafe, and when there's like a new YouTube video. It's like it's like a notification channel. So if that's the case, then I could have free members get access to the Discord, but the only thing that they could look at would be just the announcements channel. Everything else would be restricted. So at least you can get the notifications. Would that be something of interest, Canada Raz? I mean, like, we're talking about a data set of 1, but I'm just curious. Cosmic says they are a rare event treasure trains that have a certain percentage chance of happening. It's not linked to September. Oh, okay. Well, that's why it wasn't in my September information package. Thanks, Cosmic. Appreciate that. We got another minute and 45 seconds left in the treasure train. If you want discounts, then it has to go to the next level, as per the instructions. Why did Nightbot delete Canada Raz? Oh, because it was a link. How do I allow Canada Raz? That's not showing up. So Canada Raz said, yeah, that would be great. I follow you on x.com, usually to see you when you go live. So that got deleted because you're not a sub, and only subs can post links. So that's why that got caught. And thank you very much. Holy crap. Let me just jump in here. What's going on? Lord Andy gifting a tier 1 sub. I think that was 3. 1, 2, 3 tier 1 subs going out to the community. Preocts, I'm Merking, and you got to be kidding me. That's a great username, by the way. You all got gift subs from Lord Andy. Thanks so much, Lord Andy. Really appreciate that. That puts that treasure train into another level. And then Low jumped in with 5 tier 1 gifted subs to the community. Amazing. Poodle Pirate, Bob the Gamer Twitch, Stoly Kiss, Rune Priest? Rune Priest, I guess. Numbers and words. And 64-bit Link, you all got tier 1 subs. So make sure you thank the person that gave you the sub. And now that you have a sub, as I was just mentioning, connect your Discord and your Twitch. And now you can join the Joel Duggan Discord for the month of the gift sub. And you can also get those notifications from my announcements channel. So the Discord notifications seem to be much more reliable than Twitch and Twitter or X. Joel, you made me think yesterday your idea with lighting areas with entities would be awesome, like with firing fire arrows or dropping end rods in a dark pit. Yeah, totally. And that's something that I used to be able to do with one of my old shader packs. Flame arrows used to light up caves. Like you could shoot an arrow down a dark cave and you could see it light up. I don't think it lit up like as it went. I think it only lit up like when it landed. But even if it was just something that when it landed, that would be cool. I think it would be neat if we did something like, so a long time ago on the Spawn Chunks, I talked about adding liquid to the nether. And I thought liquid slime in the nether would be hilarious and awesome, especially if it glowed. And the thing is, like, you could use that as a liquid light source in the overworld. And imagine if you had like combined it with slime and you could like shoot sticky light blobs, you know, like they could be cubes. It's fine. They don't have to be round, you know, but like shooting sticky light things on the sides of caves as you go would be super fun. And they would, once they're there, they would just work like a torch. Like it's just a, instead of placing it on a wall though, you'd have to shoot it on a wall. I think that would be fun. Maybe with a slingshot. I'm not sure how you do it. Yeah, I think green slime in the nether would be great. That's like an old like He-Man toy Masters of the Universe thing for me. We've got another minute and 40 seconds left. That's a level 3 treasure train. Thanks very much, folks. Appreciate it. I need more rockets while I'm here. So the next thing after this is going to be deciding what we need to make more rockets. We need to decide what Y level is going to be the right Y level for everything. So here we are in the middle of all the things. Still feel like we're kind of close to that, but we might want to just take that out. I think that feels pretty even. I feel like we're kind of equal distance from like where this starts to get messy, where that starts to get messy. So that's this area here, and then this area here. I feel like this is pretty good. I'm not sure what's going on. My old iPad keeps on picking me up and Siri keeps on activating. SweetSandi with 100 bits. Gift sub hype. And Low came in with another gift sub. No, that's the same. That was a level 2 treasure train, I think. And there was a hype chest along with that. And I got a heart emote. Thanks for the support, folks. It's a great way to kick off the day. Yeah, I feel like this is pretty straightforward. So the next question is, we're at 71, 72. It looks like most of it's going to be 70, and that's fine by me. I like a nice even number. So some of it we'll have to remove, some of it we'll have to add to, but I think in general the majority of this looks like it's at 70. I think we'd probably be creating a lot of work for ourselves if we went below 70. And we can always go above it for certain things. But I'm just thinking like the general ground level, I think should be 70. Yeah, here we've got some lower areas, but that's, yeah. I think we're good. All right, I think I can take this down. So even though we went around and found like the actual mathematical center of the Mushroom Islands biome, I feel like sometimes you have to go off with what also feels best in the game. And I do remember feeling a little bit hamstrung by the map in Westhill, making the map look good when really it's the player experience on the ground that you really have to worry about. So I think it's a kind of a good mix of both worlds here, where we have like the technical center of things, and we're at 71 here, so we may actually want to drop this down. How's it going north? Does it go higher north? Drops to 70. There's more. I don't know, maybe you have to go to 72. No, once we get up here, it goes back down to 70 again. Okay. I think 70 it is. Blue Crow, hello. Do I have a concept in mind? No. I think I'm gonna start with technical builds, and then I'm gonna make the technical builds look sci-fi. I don't think I'm not gonna grab like Star Trek or Star Wars, or like I'm gonna mix probably a lot of my favorite fandoms and stuff. But for now, I think that what I'm gonna do is mostly mostly just kind of general sci-fi vibes. More like colors and designs and materials are probably going to be how I start. I do have an idea for the mob farm. What's happening to the snow golems? Correct to ask. I don't know, Dan. We lost the conversation because we got distracted by the treasure train. So the idea behind the snow golems was that I can't bring a shulker box here to create a shulker farm because the snow golems will melt in the mushroom island. I can still bring a snow golem, or I can still do a shulker box farm in the sci-fi zone. It's just I have to pick a biome that's not hot. So the desert and the savanna are obviously out. There's a little bit of a forest here. There's some cold ocean stuff. Like I might be able to do something. I was hoping to do it here because it would be loaded. I could also potentially put it down below. Like I don't know if the shulker or if the snow golem will melt underground. You think they don't melt, Sandy? Can I build one? I don't have my snow with me, I don't think. If I had snow, I could build one. I looked it up on the wiki. Or rather, I shouldn't say that. I looked it up online, and I think I may have just listened to what the Google AI research said. But if I look up snow golem, I mean, if they don't melt, that's good. I don't want them to be melting. Because it would be nice to have a snow farm here too. I don't see anything on the wiki that says where they can survive. Snow golems take 1 tick of damage per tick when in contact with rain or water and in biomes with a temperature greater than 1. Examples include savannas, badlands, deserts, and biomes in the nether. The fire resistance effects allows them to survive in these biomes. So I could potentially have fire resistance potions being shot at the golem and keep it alive, which is convoluted. I'm looking for... They don't list mushroom fields in the biomes. Deep plains, mushroom island, no snow trail, but no death. So according to the wiki, it's a medium biome, not a warm biome. All right, well, that's positive potential. You have one on your island with a block above it? Okay. Cool. So the idea is that I want to do a shulker box farm. The problem with that, of course, is that getting a shulker box, or a shulker, a live shulker or two, from the end to this island is going to be a chore. That will involve like another tunnel, I think. Because there's no other way to do it. Because when you bring them back from the end, they come into spawn, and then from spawn you have to get them into the nether, and then can they go in boats? Yeah, but I'm 52,000 blocks from spawn. All right, so I need to grab, might be helpful. I need to go get some more shulker boxes, I think. I'm gonna start taking down some mushrooms, and I think it would be good to have a couple of shulker boxes for that. I want to make the transportation a little bit more ceremonial too. Ceremonial. Why is my mouse not working all of a sudden? I wonder if I could reduce the water fog on the shaders. Bring those. Anything else that I need here? You know what? The extra dye might not be a bad idea. Need more rockets. Sure. I think that's all we're gonna bring. Oh, snow. Where's snow? Cool. I'm so glad we actually made this look nice. So, first test is it 2 blocks? I can't remember if it's 2 blocks. I don't know if they can go over 1 block high or not. Do I have shears anywhere? There we go. Oh, you can get out. Oh, good. That's not what I wanted at all. Well, you're not taking any damage. I guess we'll just wait to see if that melts. Pops Live, hello, hello. Yeah, so it didn't look like he was going to take any damage. We can try that again, just with a smaller area. I guess we'll find out if he survives. Pops Live, we have sorted out where we're going to centralize the area that we're building in. So we kind of started that up. And we also brought back a bunch of shulkers. And I was thinking about doing, I'm not sure whether I want to do a shulker farm first or whether I want to do the mob farm. I'm probably going to start with the mob farm. Apart from if it rains, it might be okay. In a farm, he would be all right, I think. Because in a farm, he would have blocks above him. It was more about the biome temperature that I was worried about. But he doesn't appear to be taking any damage. I've never actually built a snow layer farm. Just that easy, I guess. I guess I have to have a non-self-touch shovel. Anyway, that's cool. All right, we can put this down. You're flying a happy gas in another, it would only take an hour and 48 minutes. That's provided you could find a clear path. That's the thing about traveling through the nether, is that like you'd have to cut the path first. You'd have to like go up to just below ceiling and make a path for it, right? And I don't know, I imagine, I don't know what would be the easiest way to move a shulker in terms of speed. $14 hours and 27 minutes to travel 52,000 blocks. Yeah, that's not at all anything I'm interested in doing. Even as like a stream marathon or something. So yeah, I may have to rethink The Shulker box farm location. It might be easier just to build it next to an end city, get 600 Shulker boxes, and just call it a day, right? But at that point, like, it'd be almost at that point, I'd rather just make a data pack, right, and be able to craft Shulker boxes, right? Would the command block move you in a boat if you sat in a boat? That I don't know, Sandy. That's a really good question. I think it only transports the player, but we could try it. I generally keep a boat handy. Nope, just me. I mean, we're using command blocks to teleport the player. I could adjust the command block to also teleport the entity, I guess, if we wanted to do it that way. But I don't know, is that... I'm not sure how outside of vanilla Minecraft that feels. Anyway, I don't know why I feel the need to keep material when I'm mining it up, but I think one of the things we might do is have like a mushroom box and a mycelium box. Do I have... I guess I'll just use this one. I would prefer to use a stem. That's fine. Like, again, I don't know why I would want to keep this. I'll probably just get one shulker box full and then let the rest despawn. I'm not even sure if I've got other boxes with mushroom blocks in them. So it looks like the snow isn't melting either. So let's set up some sort of perimeter. I'm going to go maybe 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See if that's big enough. 21 on the inside. The 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6, 8, 10, 11. I think one of the bits of advice that I gave when I was talking about starting West Hill was to just start. And that's essentially what I'm doing, is just giving this a start. We can always change it later. This is not going to be anything too precious. Stream is an hour. Thanks, SweetSandi. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Remember that this is here. It's good that we're not going any lower than 70 as well, because it looks like we're going to run into a lot of stone, and that this would be a lot harder to remove. And this is probably going to be filled up pretty fast, I would imagine. We'll probably use this in other areas. I don't know if I'm going to bother to patch up the mycelium, because I feel like we'll probably end up creating our own biomes and different colors and stuff. But I definitely felt that having a lot of extra blocks for landscaping was helpful in West Hill, so I will be probably keeping a lot of what I pick up. And this is why I want a shulker box farm, is because I want to be able to load shulker boxes with stuff and not have to worry about space. I didn't know that it spread down that far. Yes, it does. Huh. All right. Anyway, I need to take a short break, so I will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Just need to refresh my coffee. Grab a friend, grab a snack, let them know that we're streaming. I will be right back.